the Ascendant, Sextile, or Trine Chiron in a natal chart. Some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They're a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have the Ascendant, Sextile, or Trine Chiron in a natal chart, it may be easier to deal with wounds which is Chiron to the physical body, which is the Ascendant, than most people. And if you have the Ascendant in Taurus as an example, you may have physical related issues or wounds that are connected with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, the esophagus. If the Ascendant is in Gemini, there may be physical related matters associated with the arms, the hands, the nerves, the lungs, breathing, as some examples. And also wounds, whether they're physical or emotional, which is Chiron, less likely to have an adverse effect on the energy and vitality, which is the Ascendant. So if you have the Ascendant in Leo, your vitality and energy may be nearly inexorable, and physical, emotional related wounds less likely to have an adverse effect on that. Even if the Ascendant say is in a sign like Cancer or Pisces, where that energy level may not be abundant, physical, emotional related wounds may not have much of an adverse effect on it, which could really be good, because Cancer and Pisces rising again don't exactly generally have like that overabundance or surfeit of energy, physical energy. So also too, these aspects can indicate easily being able to balance activities with new beginnings, which is the Ascendant, and helping and healing others, which is Chiron. Now, if you have the Ascendant in Aries, as an example, new beginnings may be embarked on, with a little hesitation or procrastination, with a lot of enthusiasm, not being readily discouraged. New beginnings may be associated with something Aries related, which can include firefighting, arson investigation, law enforcement, military, sports, speech pathology, welding, physiology, as some examples. And also too, the same may apply to people prominent in your early childhood, and a grandparent, which is the Ascendant, and helpers and healers, which is Chiron. So it would be, you may be readily, able to balance those activities with those people. Now, if Chiron is in Aquarius, as an example, there may be helpers and healers, or you may know people that are that may help and heal you through astrology or through computers and electronics. It could simply be, computer electronic repair, or through humanitarian altruistic endeavors. They may help a person, integrate more with society, as some examples. Also, too, these aspects can indicate being easily able to find the drive and motivation, which is the Ascendant, for helping, healing, mentoring others, and even helping those through astrology, which is Chiron. And, if you have, Chiron in Sagittarius, as an example, this helping and healing others may be done, with more exuberance, enthusiasm, and expansiveness. If Chiron is in Scorpio, it may be done with more, emotional intensity, desire, and passion, as some examples. Now, also, too, you may readily find the energy and vitality, which is the Ascendant, again, in terms of helping and healing others, which is Chiron. Now, if Chiron is in Aries, as an example, you may help and heal others. It could be through matters with one's identity, finding one's place in the world. It may be through matters pertaining to aggression, assertiveness, forcefulness, taking action, being able to confront others when necessary. And also to the deepest moon, which is Chiron, less likely to have an adverse effect on the physical body in appearance, which is the Ascendant. Now, if the Ascendant is in Gemini, as an example, one may have, rather, like a youthful countenance and appearance. The body may be long and lean, slender, type of build, lengthy features. As an example, Libra rising can have a rather, attractive appearance, be elegantly formed, have very, even balanced features, as some examples. And also, too, another way these aspects may manifest in the natal chart is that a grandparent and people that played an integral role in their early childhood, which is the Ascendant, may be beneficial in matters connected with pain and anguish, which is Chiron. Now, if Chiron is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, one may have endured some pain and anguish connected with home, family-related matters, introversion, matters with safety and security. Maybe there were issues with unconditional love, that one may have had, trouble with, and may have caused certain pain and anguish in one's life. Chiron and Leo may have, dealt with some pain and anguish in matters connected with, receiving attention, being lauded, maybe not being lauded and praised, getting, maybe there were issues getting accolades and recognition, for things that they, have done. And also, too, those in your environment, which is the Ascendant, may be advantageous in terms of you dealing with emotional and physical related suffering, which is Chiron. Now, if Chiron is in Virgo, as an example, there may have been some, physical related suffering connected to the spleen or pancreas or intestinal issues. There may have been emotional related suffering connected with maybe some analytical ability or ability to analyze or diagnose things, seeing details and matters, maybe matters with one's health or fitness or hygiene, as some examples, being able to organize things, whether it could just simply be one's life, as an example. And also to helpers, healers, spiritual people, and astrologers, which is Chiron, may be auspicious in terms of your outlook on life, which is the Ascendant. Now, if the Ascendant is in Sagittarius, as an example, that outlook, maybe one that's very buoyant, expansive, optimistic, seeing the positive in things. Pisces rising can have a very idealistic, kind of outlook, seeing, overlooking the transgressions of others, trying, similar to Sagittarius, and trying to see the best in things. Aries rising may have the no fear kind of outlook or belief system, not being intimidated by anyone or anything, having, being fearless, doing things with little hesitation or procrastination. Now, also, to another way the Ascendant, Sextile, or Trine Chiron may manifest in the natal chart is that you may readily, outwardly express, which is the Ascendant, much sympathy and compassion toward others, which is Chiron. Excuse me. Now, Chiron in Pisces, as an example, may express, the compassion and sympathy through altruistic actions. It could be through sacrificing, doing things for the less fortunate, whether it could be the homeless, the impoverished, the oppressed, or the hungry. Chiron in Taurus may show that compassion through, it could be helping others out monetarily or through material items. It may be flavored with more persistence, but may be done in a more methodical, deliberate, and plotting manner. Chiron in Gemini may show this, compassion through nurturing others intellectually, helping them become more learned in things, and helping them kind of diversify and express versatility, or maybe through, manual dexterity, such as, helping others, so through auto or refrigeration, repair mechanics, as, some examples, again, through manual dexterity. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, everyone, stay.